Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Seshni, Dr. Seshni Gurika Muglia Rensburg, and I'm still doing the series of the online CASC exam for the Royal College of Psychiatrists versus the face-to-face examination. So as we've been discussing, there are key and significant differences, and I'm trying to get you prepared for your exam that's in a few weeks if you're doing it in September or in January. So there's significant differences, and I think by understanding and learning and having a visual of what the differences are, I think you're going to have the added advantage to pass. So these nuggets and wisdom, pearls of wisdom, are definitely going to help you. I know they will. So we've helped many candidates pass 16 out of 16 stations, or even just pass the exam, and we've been doing this for many years, and especially with my book, Pass the CASC. So in this video, I wanted to share about the timing. So I've had questions regarding this. So all the videos that I've done is all questions that I've requests that I've had. People have been asking me, and because of the coaching and mocks that we do and one-to-one in group sessions, so lots of different requests. And one of the requests was about the timing and wearing a watch. And it's not the first time we've been asked this. I've been asked this when it was the online exam, and even then before, when it was a previous face-to-face exams, which was prior to September 2020. So it is really important. Yeah, so obviously during the CASC exam, time is important. Time, every second is important in that 7 minutes. Very, very important. I cannot stress it enough. So I think you get the message. So yes, having a watch is going to help you. Personally, I do feel it can distract you. So if you have a watch in the exam, you'll not be allowed a digital watch. So you will be allowed a analog watch. But and as you know, on an analog watch, it's a bit difficult to gauge how many 7 minutes is, unless you're super skilled at doing that. So I think for me, it's quite distracting having a watch. But I think if I do know lots of candidates throughout the years, they have used watches like that, because obviously digital watches are not allowed, but analogs are. So if you feel it's going to be beneficial for you, I know candidates, you know, because we've advised them about watches, they've gone out and they've bought an analog watch. So and they've passed. So it depends from person to person. I think it's a personal preference. Personally, for me, I find the watch is a bit distracting. For me, so during the practice and as we do our coaching sessions, it's always been timed. And I'm sure you're doing the same with your sessions. So we always have a watch in front of us, always 7 minutes. So I think the more and more you practice with time, the more and more you'll have an understanding of engage a sense of how much 6 minutes is. Because when it's 6 minutes, you'll be told there's 1 minute left, and then there'll be 7 minutes, then it'll be over. So I think the more and more you get used in your practice with time, so try and, you know, it's really difficult, isn't it, to sort of gauge a sense of time. But I think if you're in the flow with the station and you're doing the station and then you hear it's 1 minute, and the more and more you practice, I think you should be able to. I think it is easy to do. But if you want to be on the safe side, and if you want to be really certain that you are nailing it in terms of getting through that station in 7 minutes, and you are, you're finishing that station in that 7 minutes, then I would advise, yes, do get a watch, but get an analog. Don't let it be distracting. Practice it beforehand so that it's easier for you. So thank you very much for listening, and I hope you found this video useful. I think it's really an important tip, and it's been throughout the online and the face-to-face exams. It's always been this question. So do like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and have a look at the Eastern Psych course for any further services that we offer, books, coaching, mock exams, and the videos on this YouTube channel. There's a lot of videos that you can look at, the tutorials and also the CASC videos. And then listening to the videos, you can gauge a sense of time as well. So thank you so much, and stay tuned for more information and more significant differences with the online CASC exam and the face-to-face. Yes, and another key difference, sorry, just to add, was the CASC exam, the online one, you did have time in front of you. So on the screen there was a timer, and then you were told that there's 1 minute left. So there's obviously a bit of a significant difference. So people that have done the online exam would know that, and if you're repeating, you'd know that obviously you have time. But in the real face-to-face CASC exam, you will not be given the time. You'll only be told when it's 1 minute. When the exam has begun, when your station has begun, the bell, then you'll be told when it's 1 minute left, so 6 minutes into the station, and then when it ends, and then you have to move to the next station, and then, exactly the same thing with the instructions and the timings, the 4 minutes to read for the first half of the exam, and then the second half, the afternoon session, 90 seconds to read. So timing is important, and I think, yes, if you have a watch, an analog watch, great, but do check the exam regulations. Just have a look, because obviously the college will be updating what is allowed, what is not allowed. So I think any information you're not certain, go back to the college website, have a look at the information they've sent you, and have a look at the rules and regulations, because you obviously want to make sure that you're prepared when you go for the exam. You won't have your phone with you, and smartwatches will not be allowed. So yes, your safest bet is get on Amazon or go into a shop and order one of those watches if you want to wear an analog watch to have a sense of time. So people that do wear watches, what they do is they'll just glance at it, or they'll have an idea. Some people do set their watches, but as I said, it's too distracting. But people have managed to do it and pass. So if you are skilled and able to do that and multitask while you're doing your station, then by all means do that. But I do definitely, even when we do our practice, time is, every second is of essence, and everything is timed, and it's really important. So this is why I really wanted to discuss this. But I think I've made my point, and I hope you found it useful. Thank you so much.